No, no! No! Are you listening?
Sean from Middle Grounded and a lot of them rings, the Rings of Power from Amazon is at it again. Do you remember when the teaser trailer dropped and it seemed like it was an April Fool's joke or something? Like at the very end, somebody was going to jump out and go, nah, we're just kidding. Let's show them the real footage. And it never happened. Well, now the people who reacted to that teaser got 20 minutes of footage they got to view and meet and greet with the two Nobody writers. And out of this meet and greet, where they got goodie bags and royal treatment, put up in hotels, airfare, we got the most glowing reviews ever. Now, I went and read these so you don't have to. I went and did my research so you don't have to. One of the douchebags who saw the 20 minutes of film had the nerve to say, I was low-key disappointed. I was low-key disappointed with the teaser trailer. But I can assure you, now that I've seen the first 20 minutes, it is incredible, amazing. Now this is 20 minutes of footage. Amazing, breathtaking, revolutionary. Now some of them immediately came out and said, it's diverse and representative. It is amazing. But we know what that means. It means Amazon thought they were going to be able to get by with this. They thought they were going to be able to silence everybody, just like we've been silenced on social media, and how YouTube is banning channels and then unbanning them and then deleting them, and then it's a mess right now because the left is putting this diverse representative crap out instead of just doing it. A lot of them rings, the photo you're looking at right now, I don't know what happened to the black dwarf queen or princess or whatever she is on the right, but it looks like someone took one of those oil paint filters on an app and did opacity 50%, because there is an uncanny valley there that I just can't explain. And her hair is still off center. If you're going to Photoshop somebody, you could at least fix the hair. The doofus on the left there, I don't even know what his name's supposed to be, but we're going to call him Doofus. Doofy the dwarf. He looks like someone from Tolkien. But when you look to the right, you know who is going to be the real ruler. And you can see her right there, Kamala Harris, her stand-in. We knew what it was when we saw her. We knew what they were doing. And later on, we would see the, quote, modern sensibilities, unquote, and they wanted to make it look like the world does today. If they had their way and they knew they could get away with it and they didn't have any pushback, we would have a bunch of minorities plowing each other, same sex plowing each other, and a bunch of trans people running around with their pants off, dangling in the wind. Because I honestly believe they would do it to spite us. They've done everything so far to spite us. There's nothing wrong with the LGBT community, nothing wrong with diverse and representative, but if you're going to do it, just do it. Don't use it as marketing, and don't use it as a replacement for character and story. Galadriel, sitting like a man in this photo, sitting in a male pose, because God knows we can't have a feminine character who's also strong. They don't understand what strong is. This is a lesbian power fantasy when they take a woman and put her in a male role, have her act like a man, have her talk down to men, which we know is going to happen. But you can see they threw her in whatever dorky chainmail they could find. They gave her a sword that looks like Aragorn's. They gave her a dagger that looks like something that would come out of Mordor. See, they have the art. They took the art and they said, you know what, we're just going to take this and we're going to use it, and we're going to make everything look like Lord of the Rings, and we're going to put out a bunch of hit pieces. We're going to call fans ist and obes, and they're just going to have to eat it, because if they don't, all we have to do is blame them. And this is the problem. This is not Galadriel. Those weren't dwarves in the other photos. And coming up here, when you see the Nurmas, or whatever they're calling them, the halfling stand-ins, I hope you're as shocked as I am. Of course, they're girls. And then there's a black man that looks like he's a butler from the late 1700s, early 1800s. I don't know who is in charge of the costuming, but they need to be punched in the face. And there's the photo right there. Empire, you are another piece of media garbage that is pushing this, that is calling us names, that is helping to ruin everything we know and love for the sake of virtue signaling. I want to watch it crash and burn. We drew the line in the sand. We said, no, you can't take Tolkien and do this. You can have all the fake fans in the world. You can have them come out. You can have us attacked on social media. You can have your little stands running around. And trust me, there will be people who watch this. Because remember Game of Thrones before it became too hot? When people were watching it that appreciated for what it was. And then it became like a buzzword, a water cooler show. And everybody was like, oh, tits and dragons. Oh, I love tits and dragons. It's amazing. Tits and dragons. This is one of those shows. Just like House of the Dragon's going to be. It's going to be a water cooler. Hey, did you see it? Just like Kenobi. Did you see a lightsaber? And that's what they're banking on. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people who gave them billions of dollars. We gave the Lord of the Rings universe billions of dollars. Even though The Hobbit was terrible, we knew that Peter Jackson was doing it, and he cared about it. You know, it wasn't great, but you know what? Let's just leave it at that. It wasn't great. The Lord of the Rings trilogy was amazing. There are also articles, you can go look these up if you want, but I'm trying to save you the time. There are articles saying that it's good that this isn't like Peter Jackson. And then there are articles saying, oh, this is Peter Jackson. It's the spirit of Peter Jackson. No, it's not. It's the poltergeist of Peter Jackson coming to haunt you. It's one blunder after another. And for those of you saying, you should just wait until it comes out before you say anything, I will say something. Kiss my ass. This is not Lord of the Rings. This is a bastardization by people who hate you. By people who giggle when they find out you don't like what they've done. It's diverse, representative crap. It's people using skin color and gender and sexuality as marketing tools and ammunition. When you are not talented, you use those things and you use them as a defense. What are you going to do? Well, I thought I'd be progressive, and you know what that means? You don't know how to write. Because I could take it, give me a property. You know what? Let's give me Green Lantern. I could write a story about how all the Green Lanterns are gay and they're oppressed by the entire universe. And half of them are women and they're oppressed by the gay men, and we can just go from there. Well, there you go, guys. We've got it. People being oppressed for their sexuality and their gender and their race. I know that wasn't a good example. I was trying to be a smartass. Quite honestly, I'm just ticked off after seeing all this crap. But I advise you, if you want, go out there and read it on your own. But I'll tell you, it's bad. And as September gets closer, it's going to get worse. And we are going to be under attack every week. The OneRing.net continues to be a horrible piece of shit sellout. And I love watching them crash and burn. They drew their line in the sand. People are abandoning them. They're being alienated, mocked, and shamed. And they deserve it. And Empire, for putting this garbage out, you deserve the same thing. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one.